Your anger does not scare people when they can trigger it on command. It only shows them where the button is. You are in a parking lot. Someone scratches your car, looks at the damage, then looks at you and says, "It's not that serious." They damaged your property, then tried to make your reaction the problem. Now people are watching. A couple walking by slows down. Someone near another car turns their head, and you feel it. Your face gets hot. Your voice sharpens. Your body moves forward before your mind catches up. You start talking louder, faster, harder. Inside it feels like power. Outside it can look like panic. That is the humiliation. They stayed casual. You became the event. You think anger proves you are not weak. Sometimes it only proves they found the button. Handle the damage. Do not hand over your reaction. Your sovereignty begins at your reaction. In this video, you will see 6 anger traps that make you look weaker the moment pressure gets access to your reaction. But trap 5 is the one most men miss. They stay calm. You keep burning, and your anger finishes the job they started. 1. When they ask if you are mad. The first trap is not the shove, it is the sentence after it. You mad? That is the line men hate admitting can move them. You are on a pickup basketball court. Game is tight, bodies are close. You go up for a rebound. A guy bumps your shoulder harder than the play needed. You land, turn, he smiles. You mad? That is not a question, that is bait. And the ugly part is this. If you react fast, he owns the next 10 seconds of you. Now the court is not watching the foul. They are watching your face, your jaw, your step forward, your need to prove you are not soft. That is where the trap closes. You curse back, step into him. The next play is no longer basketball. It is revenge. He stayed loose, you changed pace. One cheap line changed your speed. That is not strength, that is access. He got access to your reaction, and everyone on the court saw it. You think you're taking respect back. But the court reads something colder. He is easy to bait. That is the status cost, not the contact, not the trash talk. The fact that your anger started moving on command. Stop, look at him, keep your voice low. Play clean, then turn back to the game. No shove, no speech, no second sentence. Your body has to stay slower than his bait. Feet still, shoulders loose, eyes steady. Keep your pace when another man is trying to steal it. The bait works the second your anger starts playing their game. And if one, "You mad," can make you perform toughness on a court, the next trap is even uglier. Because it will not happen in a game. It will happen at a door in front of people, where your anger starts begging for status. 2. When the door says not tonight. The second trap is uglier because it does not hit your body. It hits your place. You're outside a bar with your friends. Music behind the door. People moving in, people moving past you. The bouncer checks your ID, looks at your shoes, looks at your face, then says, "Not tonight." That is it. No reason, no apology. Just a public stop sign. And now the line has seen it. Your friends have seen it. You feel your face change before you say a word. That is the wound, not the door, the public drop, the feeling that everyone just watched you get placed lower. So anger rushes in to save your rank. You step closer. Your voice hardens. You say, "Do you know who I am?" And that is when you lose. Not because they were right. Because now you are performing value in front of a man holding the rope. The bouncer does not need to argue. He has the door. You have volume. That is a bad trade. The more you talk, the more the line sees it. You do not want entry anymore. You want the room to admit you still matter. That is what they read. He needs the door to give his status back. That is brutal. The line does not see a powerful man. It sees a man asking the door to return his rank. A closed door did not make you small. Begging it to recognize you did. Ask once, what's the reason? If there is one, decide from there. If there is none, leave. Do not stand at a door performing worth for an audience. Make it procedure, not performance. Do not ask the door who you are. The door does not get that power. A closed door did not steal your status. Your anger tried to hand it over. And the next trap is colder. No crowd, no door, just a dead policy, and your voice getting smaller as it gets louder. Bond 3. When you yell at a system that cannot be moved. The third trap is worse because there is no face to beat, just a rule, a screen, a policy that does not care how angry you are. You are at the airport gate, flight delayed, seat changed, connection almost gone. The agent keeps typing, you keep waiting. Then they look up and say, "Sir, yelling won't change the policy." That sentence burns because it does not challenge your toughness. It exposes your powerlessness. You paid, planned, showed up on time. The system still does not move. So your anger tries to become force. Your voice rises. Your hand hits the counter. The same demand comes out harder. But the screen does not flinch. The policy does not move. That is the ugly part. You are not getting stronger. You are getting louder, beside something that still does not move. That is where the fall happens. When a man has no leverage, volume becomes his costume. The system did not shrink you. Your reaction advertised the shrinkage. Everyone nearby now knows the policy is stronger than your self-command. You are not pushing the system. You are showing the system changed your state. That is not power. That is exposure. The louder you get at a wall, the smaller you look beside it. So do not waste heat on a wall. Ask for the next move. What are my options right now? If there is no option, ask who can make one. No heat, just leverage. A wall does not need your anger. It needs your next move. Anger without leverage is just noise wearing boots. You did not lose because the policy stayed still. You lost because your anger made everyone see how little leverage you had. And the next trap cuts closer, because this time, the person will not make you feel powerless. They will make you feel stupid. So 4, when they make you feel stupid. The fourth trap does not hit your pride first. It hits your intelligence. You're inside a mechanic shop. Your car is on the lift. The quote just jumped higher than expected. You ask why. The mechanic glances at the invoice, smirks, and says, "Most people don't understand how this works." He did not call you stupid. He made you feel stupid. That is why it lands. Your face tightens. Your voice hardens. You say, "Don't talk to me like I'm stupid." And right there, you stop chasing the money. You start chasing your dignity. You are trying to prove you are not some clueless man who can be played in broad daylight. That is where anger betrays you. A harsh comeback feels powerful for 1 second. Then it shows exactly where the hit landed. You are not defending the truth. You are defending your embarrassment. That is the humiliation. He touched competence. Your anger rushed in to cover it. So do not fight to sound smart. Make the charge answer for itself. Say, put the change in writing. If the price is real, it can stand on paper. Getting louder does not prove you are hard to fool. Making the charge stand on paper does. He did not humiliate you by acting like you did not understand. You humiliated yourself when one smirk dragged you off the money and into a fight for your ego. The next trap is worse. Your anger will not embarrass you in front of a stranger. It will expose you in front of someone who matters. 5. When your child has to watch you lose control. The fifth trap is the most humiliating one, because this time your anger does not just expose you, it leaves an imprint. Your child gets knocked off balance during the play. You shout from the sideline. A coach turns and says, "Calm down, it's just a game." That line hits your fatherhood, not your temper, your role. Your pride says, "If I stay quiet, I look like I failed my kid." So you get louder, you point at the field, you argue across the sideline. Then the weak line comes out, "I'm just standing up for my kid." But your child has already turned around. Not to see the ref, to see you. That is the gut punch. They just watched anger take the wheel. The adults hear noise. The child sees pressure change their father. In that moment, your child learns what pressure can turn you into. That sticks. Children do not need the argument. They remember the face, the tone, the moment. Safety got loud. You think you are proving love. You are proving how fast pressure can own you. So here is the rule. Look at your child before you answer the adult. Lower the hand. Lower the voice. Do not make your child carry the heat of your pride. Love does not excuse the loss of command, especially when your child has to witness it. If your child has to watch your anger take the wheel, you did not protect them. You turned their game into a memory of your loss of control, because the next time anger takes the wheel, it will not just expose you in public. It will start pretending to be power inside your own house. 6. When anger pretends to be a boundary. The last trap is the one that sounds the toughest. Threats. A contractor has your wall open and suddenly says, "We didn't include that in the price." Now it is your money, your house, your deal getting moved. Your voice hardens. You say, "Try that with me and see what happens." It sounds dangerous. It lands desperate. Threats without terms are noise pretending to be leverage. He does not hear power. He hears a man who feels trapped. The louder the threat, the clearer the panic underneath it. That is the trap. You think rage is taking control back, but it only shows control was already slipping. So do not perform domination. Lock the deal. Pull up the agreement. Look him in the eye. Say, "Show me where I approve that." That is enough. No bluff, no anger, trying to sound expensive. Facts, terms, consequence. Anger is not a boundary. A boundary is a consequence you can enforce. If your terms are clear, your voice does not need to sound dangerous. That is where fake power collapses. If you need rage to make a boundary feel real, the boundary was never real. And if someone can move your terms by making you angry, they are not negotiating with your words. They are negotiating with your weakness. Anger is not power when another person can summon it on command. You did not lose control because you felt anger. You lost it when anger started speaking for you. That is when people stop fearing your reaction and start using it. This wasn't about controlling the situation. It was about controlling your response to it. Self-respect is not something you demand. It's something you demonstrate. Power is not loud. It's measured. Calm is not passive. It's controlled. Your sovereignty begins at your reaction. If anger can be summoned, it is no longer yours. Subscribe to Stoic Calm Code. Anger is only the first place pressure makes a man look weak.